Okay, so I'm gonna be very upfront. I am very drunk right now. I posted on Twitter. I just came back from a very special Dungeons and Dragons session. We had a whole musical, and so we got very drunk to sing. But I saw that this video got posted, and I'm not gonna not react to it now that I'm home. Don't worry, I did not drink and drive. I did get dropped off. It's a 15-minute long video, so I'm gonna have to lock in my mental here, and I'm gonna have to try to realize what the hell's going on here while I'm in the current mental state. So let's get it, baby. A new dev talk. I heard it was gonna include details of 2.0, which is extremely exciting. Am I recording? I am. Dude, look at this.
Hello everyone,
I
I'm
love
Y.
you.
Welcome
I love you,
to today's dev talk. It's been nearly a year since the official release of
Yes, we're getting
Zenless,
close to the
and
anniversary.
we like to thank all proxies for their support.
Dude, oh, they
Our
have the
team
statues.
would also like to use this
From
opportunity
the
to share with you some of the development progress for version 2.0 and our plans for the future of Zenless.
I really love how transparent they're being, dude. I love it. Let's do it. What's the plan for season 2's story? I love the fact that they're calling it seasons.
We will follow the protagonist to a unique area within New Eritol, Wi-Fi Peninsula, which will be the main stage for the story of version 2.0.
Okay.
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a district of the Throne
Oh, we're going to the Throne
near the
Quarter. Let's
Lemnian
go.
Hollow. The earlier settlers of this region were tasked to monitoring the highly volatile Lemnian Hollow.
Okay.
And the name Wi-Fi is derived from the Cantonese characters for protect and anomaly.
Okay,
From the phrase
sick.
protection from the anomaly called hollows. Later, an outpost was established here.
So they're
which
like
then
what?
became the city area Phalium Heights.
Phalium Heights.
Phalium Heights
Whoa.
was built at the top of a cliff,
Oh my
overlooking the
god.
bay with its beautiful
Wait.
scenery. This is also an area rich in porcelain, a precious material that's highly resistant to ether corrosion.
Porcelain?
Mining and processing porcelain has thus become the core industry of Wi-Fi Peninsula.
Okay.
Behind this massive industry and its profits, however, lies a tangled mess of
I love the
factions.
music.
Here, we'll gradually unravel the clues.
So this was
we planted
Jufufu's
throughout
and
the story this fall. For example, Zara's
Oh.
true plans behind the sacrifice and the bringer incident.
excuse
The
me?
conspiracy behind the mysterious exorcist and the truth behind the fall of the old capital, as well as
Hey,
the secrets of the
count
Phasian
me
siblings.
in.
Meanwhile,
All
our
in
protagonists
season 2?
will encounter agents from various factions and
Okay.
embark on brand new adventures. For example, that way seeker with yellow cape we saw earlier is
Wow.
none other than Yi Xuan.
Yishun,
with
look at her. Holy shit, her wings are huge. So is she a bird Thyran? Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe she is a void
And
hunter.
embark
Look
on
at
brand
her.
new adventures. For example, that way seeker with yellow cape
The Wayseeker. They never referred to her as a Wayseeker before.
we saw earlier is none other
We didn't see her, by the way. They say we saw earlier. We didn't see. We heard of her. She looks so good. Yung Kuei Summit.
than Yi Xuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit. She will make her debut as a key character in season 2.
Wow.
As the story unfolds,
Tell me, is she
the
a void hunter?
protagonists will gradually uncover her mysterious past and become a new disciple of Yunhui Summit. Yi Xuan will become our steadfast support
Oh.
and guide us in her craft as our mentor.
Okay, she's gonna
Helping
train
us
us. We
explore
are going
the
through a training
hollows
arc. Holy
directly.
shit.
Beside Yi Xuan, who oversees Yunhui Summit,
We're gonna see more?
the defense forces Obo Squad.
Oh,
that
is the
we
rest of
all
Obo
familiar with,
Squad?
as well as the previously revealed idol faction Angels of Delusion,
Yo!
will all be making their appearance in season 2.
Let's
We've prepared
go!
a season 2 teaser trailer to be
April
released
13th?
on April 13th.
Oh my god, this
More
is so
information
soon.
about the various factions will also be revealed
Miasma
there.
of Memories and Evil. Okay, she's probably a Void Hunter then, so I take back my word. I don't take back my words, but I was wrong. Compared to a regular update, what's special about the content of
For the
season 2?
content direction of season 2, we will not just be simply adding more characters and areas. We've been
Okay.
taking feedback from our practice very seriously and incorporated this feedback into our design philosophy,
Let's hear it, bro.
making an adjustment from the ground up. I'll be sharing some of the results with you all during the program.
I love you
The
and the
most
rest of the
noticeable
dev
change
team. I hope you know
in
that.
the map design we've completely revamped the entire map experience.
Oh, thank
and
God.
integrate the residential areas with compact zones at the
Oh?
system level,
Excuse me?
providing a more fluid and engaging gameplay experience for properties.
What does that
First,
mean? Like
let's talk
Star
about
Rail
the
type
design
of
of the main city
exploration?
area, Beilong Heights. We made the area much larger to ensure comprehensive city functionality while allowing for potential expansion in future versions,
Okay.
while also reducing loading times caused by scene transitions. The new daily system will also be designed to match the local culture
They're
and
redoing
customs
dailies?
of the Wi-Fi Peninsula area.
Okay.
As a business-savvy video store owner, helping Yunhui Summit manage various aspects of Suibian Temple
Soybean Temple.
will also be a part of our new life.
Wow, this is super sick. This looks really, really cool. Did they build this on top of the mountain, I wonder? Or did this like... I mean, that must be the case, right? I don't know. The aesthetic is really cool. I really, really like this. This is sick.
This new gameplay features management simulation elements, and the new features such as
Bamboo Dispatch? Is this like
integrating
errands and
residential
HI3?
areas with exploration areas, and creating a smoother experience. As for the visuals, with the help and the careful maintenance of the properties, Suibian Temple will gradually be restored to its former glory.
Okay, this is probably gonna be
Plus,
like a...
various elements such as holes, scratch cards.
No way, is
will take
Howl
on
there
new
too?
forms that match the vibes of Suibian Temple.
Okay, sick.
The
So,
frequently mentioned
themed
loading
scratch
issues
cards.
has also been resolved in Feiliong Heights. Previously, due to a limitation in the underlying design, the video store that properties see from outside along the street does not match the actual size of the video store from within.
Okay.
So, we need a loading screen to bridge the interior and the exterior of the store. In Feiliong Heights, however, returning home is no longer a process that requires waiting. Additionally,
What does
we've
that mean?
optimized the pathway in Feiliong Heights. The function area will be more concentrated, and the path to access each area will become more efficient and streamlined,
Okay.
ensuring that overall experience will become smoother.
A lot of
more fluid.
words. What does that
Next,
mean though?
let's take a look at the ancient rooms of the
Aerospace City?
located within the Leminian Hollow.
Within the
Although
hollow.
the Aerospace City has long been devoured by the Hollow, the ether stable area at its edge is still being used to mine and produce porcelain.
Okay.
In version 2.0, we will begin our exploration of the Leminian Hollow from the edge of the Aerospace City. With the past few versions as precious learning experience, its overall design will be more refined, with larger explorable areas, more
Sure.
robust systems, and
Hell
more
yeah,
streamlined
dude.
guidance.
Big dub.
One distinct improvement is that after completing their training at Suibian Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video store to access the hollows through the HDD system.
Okay. Do you mean we can access the HD system as a like anywhere because of our eye implants? Don't say you're getting rid of the... I mean, obviously they're not getting rid of the HDD system, but I'm just saying, like, don't say that we're not going to interact with the HDD system.
Instead, they can now travel more conveniently between Feiliong Heights and the Aerospace City. The craft they will learn will also be of great help in their future hollow explorations.
Okay, so we're still going in the hollow then. What other improvements are in the new version?
While we've added new areas, the travel system wasn't just simply expanded
It
upon.
was revamped.
In Season 2, we've
Nice.
redesigned the travel system.
Okay, I've been saying that they
Changing from the
need to do
original
this on
sliding
this
area
update.
selection system to a larger map format.
Hell yeah.
While also improving the UI experience.
Can you
We
show us?
also added a mini-map to the interface,
Oh,
along with the navigation features.
sure.
Properties can now select their destination more quickly.
Yeah, why
to gain
not?
a
Sure,
clear
mini-map.
understanding of New Eridu's geographical layout.
Oh, hell yeah.
Regarding plot structure, we've also noticed that since special episodes and basin stories are relatively independent story units,
Well,
the current narrative
sometimes.
structure results in weaker connections between plot points,
yes.
resulting in a disjointed viewing experience.
That is correct.
In future versions, we will merge special episodes and facing stories together, putting more focus on developing the connection between the various agents and the main storyline.
Okay, hell yeah.
We're also deepening the proxies environment.
I like
we will
it.
also steadily update the main storyline with each version,
No
while
way,
ensuring
dude.
that we do not compromise on its narrative quality. In
Dude.
addition to ongoing gameplay improvement, our team has also been constantly exploring the idea of bringing Zenless ZZERO to users on more platforms.
Are you gonna say the Switch?
What I can reveal right now
or
is that
Xbox, it's
Zenless
Xbox.
ZZERO is being prepared
Right, yeah.
for launch on the Xbox platform. We'll share more info with everyone.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. What are our plans or adjustments for the combat system?
The current combat design significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS. What should be a 3-person tactical squad feels more like a solo operation.
Okay.
So for the character combat design in Season 2, we will enhance the functionality and performance of non-DPS characters.
Big dub?
When agents are switched out, they can still remain on field and contribute to combat. Thus, there's a visual indication of their combat performance, while not affecting the player's control of the on-field agent. Another possibility is adding new attack and defense mechanics for enemies.
Okay, that sounds sick. Sorry, I'm gonna go back. My mind is racing. Ooh, I probably should wait till I was sober to watch this. Do you mean like they're gonna start doing more off-field stuff like how Trigger and Poker's been doing? Or are they saying that they're like for future characters, or they're gonna go back and reiterate on current characters?
While not affecting the player's control, they can still remain on-field characters. For example, when agents are switched out,
Because
they
right
can
here,
still remain on-field
from what I'm
and
looking
contribute
at,
to
they're
combat.
showing the off-field
Thus,
attacks
there's
that
a
are
visual
normal for Trigger
indication
and
of their
Poker.
combat performance, while not affecting the player's control of the on-field agent.
Right.
Another possibility is adding new attack and defense mechanics for
Please do
enemies.
that. That would be sick.
Specific moves might require specific counter strategies
Okay.
that require teamwork from different characters in your squad. Or in certain special combat areas, enemies can gain certain advantages through specific conditions. Of course, some of these are just preliminary ideas, while others might make an appearance in the version 2.0 special program.
Okay.
However, the ultimate goal of these optimizations is to enhance overall synergy between characters,
Sure, dude. I mean, I get it.
elevating both
I get
combat and visual experience to the next level.
I'm excited to see what that actually means. Can you share any insights on the design direction for upcoming version events?
To sum up, in our future development plans, we are aiming to optimize events in 3 aspects.
Make them permanent.
First, we'll continue improving on existing game modes,
Okay.
such as Grand Muscle Adventure, Bamboo
Nice.
vs. ZZZERO, and so on, to make them
Amazing.
more fun for players. At the same time, we'll be rolling out more exciting new gameplay.
Hell yeah.
In future versions, we might see casual duels between bamboos, or even get to control a giant bamboo in combat.
Nice.
Besides events featuring our adorable bamboo,
I like the
also
sound of
introduce
that.
some slow-paced, relaxing events to enrich Proxy's everyday life outside of the main story,
Amazing.
such as spending joyful moments with agents at hot pot restaurant, movie theaters, and more.
Okay.
We also hope that beyond the intense and thrilling
More
combat
events?
players can also take a breather to enjoy the lighter story events.
Are there any plans in future versions regarding characters released earlier in the game?
Every
Wait, what? Are there any plans in future versions regarding characters, like as in buffing them?
Is the result of our team's blood, sweat, and dedication. Our team has put in quite a bit of effort to ensure characters are relatively future-proof and have long-term value.
Okay, they're talking about power
Showcasing
creep
a
here.
character's charm isn't just about mindlessly beefing up their stats.
Are they gonna say
while
that they're
maintaining each character's unique traits,
that they're adding
we
the
will strategically enhance
lost void
their
skills to
unique
their
traits,
actual kit?
rather than just simply boosting their damage output. For example, we'll supplement or even rework certain skills and their effects, tailoring them to each character's experience. Besides that, we'll also consider each character's role very seriously. While strengthening the characters, we will also take into consideration their compatibility with other characters in future versions. In terms of
Okay.
storytelling, We hope that our characters, even those have already been released, can showcase their own unique charm.
Dude,
in version 1.7,
are you
for
kidding
example,
me?
we'll get to see quite a few scenes between Lycan and Hugo. These interactions are crucial for the character's emotional investment in the long run.
Wait, like
we
in
hope
battle?
that every character can find a purpose that belongs solely to
Wait,
them in
wait.
different corners.
Are they saying like in 1.7 we're gonna see more interactions in terms of story, or we're gonna see more interactions? Oh, in terms of storytelling. Okay, they did say that. I was gonna say like in combat. I just mean that they have a combo attack.
We hope that our characters, even those have already been released, can showcase their own unique charm. In version 1.7,
Okay, so we're going from 1.7 to 2.0.
we'll get to see quite a few scenes between Lycan and Hugo.
Love that.
These interactions are crucial.
Which, by the way,
for the
just to confirm, even though I'm drunk, I can realize that they did say that there will be interactions between Lycan and Hugo in 1.7, which means Hugo, obviously, we knew, is not dead.
character's emotional investment in the long run. We hope that every character can find a purpose that belongs solely to them in different corners of New Era.
Hell yeah, dude.
Although it might be challenging to do this well, we'll continue to work hard to create more meaningful relationships between characters and players, or even take their bond to the next level.
Dude, hell yeah. What else can you tell the players?
As a new team, we've admittedly fell short in the earlier stage in terms of both narrative and the gameplay elements. We've been
I disagree.
hard
I think
to
you've
make
done great.
improvements,
There've been some slip-ups, but
incorporating feedback from proxies and optimizing our content. Thank you, proxies, for your continued patience, feedback, and support. In future content updates, we will prioritize ensuring content quality and humbly continue to welcome feedback and guidance from our proxies with the utmost respect. We hope Season 2 will bring proxies a more complete and smoother experience. If you encounter any issues with gameplay experience, we hope you will share more feedback through the official community channels. Your feedback and suggestions are crucial for our future content development. See you next time.
no way. Is that all of it? Okay, so before I go and look at Yixuan, right, just to like look at her design a little bit closer, I do want to say, I will go to the chatting screen here. I have said for a very long time that the Zenless team very clearly has a distinct interaction with the community compared to the other Hoyo games, and it really shows. Even if you dislike Hoyo versus a company, you cannot deny the fact that the Zenless dev team specifically has a completely different amount of passion for their project, and I'm not trying to downplay the passion that the dev team has for the other projects, especially for Honkai Impact 3rd and Star Rail, but Zenless has consistently taken the feedback from the community and implemented it so quickly into future versions. I mean, completely redoing the beginning of the story when 1.4 dropped, taking the story, or the TV board out of the story in 1.4, because obviously, I mean, you know, I'm a TV defender, but I understand that a lot of the community did not enjoy it, so I'm not going to downplay the fact that it should have been fixed. They did that. They rewrote the beginning of the story, and it seems like they're going to do that again, which probably is going to, if I'm being honest, is probably going to relate to the Exaltists. They did directly call the Exaltists out in this little dev talk here. I think I don't know if they said it like right after talking about rewriting the story or not, but I would not be surprised if earlier in the story the Exaltists actually get directly mentioned. I would like to see more of the events be permanent, but dude, I love the dev team for this game so much. Like, it's so clear that they care about actually making this game feel good for the players, and I say this in almost every single update stream, but man, does it feel good to be a Zenless fan. Like, it really is. And you can call me a Hoyo fanboy all you want in the comments, but I'm not. I'm a Zenless fanboy. There's a difference, okay? I will absolutely gas this game up till I die, because the dev team has consistently showed that they care about not only the game but the players themselves. So that's all I'm gonna say for the like, the fact that we've been saying with the map needs to be reworked, and it's already reworked before the first anniversary. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's crazy. Talking about the fact that they're looking into how characters interact with future characters, like, it kind of seemed like I don't know exactly what the amount of the rewatch when I'm like sober, but it seemed like they were talking about going through the old characters and kind of like, I wouldn't necessarily say buffing them, but like, there was that topic being brought up, right? Which I know they're doing with Star Rail. They're like going back to previous characters and buffing them, but it's really realistic to see that we're not even at the first year. Like, the first year isn't even over yet, and they're already implementing so much from the feedback. So if you have any problems with the game, put it in a survey. Clearly they are paying attention, they are looking, they are reading, they are taking the information in, and they will improve on it. Now, with all of that out of the way of how much I love the devs, please don't lose your hair. I hope you guys are getting sleep. You guys are absolutely goated. I love all of you. Now, with that said, let's go ahead, let's go back, right? Let's look at Yixuan. Because holy freaking freak, did she look so sick. First of all, the idols are coming back in season 2. So now we know a little bit of the factions, okay? The new martial arts faction with Yixuan and Zhufufu, right? That's gonna be a new faction in season 2. That clearly is confirmed. Yixuan definitely looked very important. I definitely downplayed the fact that she could be my idea was that she was going to launch in 2.0, but if she launches at the end of season 2, then she could definitely be a Void Hunter. I still am very solid on the fact that they will not release a Void Hunter besides one every like 0.0 series, like every season, because they hyped up Miyabi the entire patch, right? So I mean, it makes sense they do it with season 2. Show Miyabi or show Yixuan, hype her up the entire season, and then launch her at the end of the season, or towards the end of the season, not necessarily at the end, but you know what I mean. Yeah, let me go back and actually look at her, because this looks super sick. We got all the new areas as well.
As a key character in season 2, leader of Yunkui Summit.
Yunkui Summit, right? That's the new faction, right?
Will make her debut as a key character in season 2. As the story unfolds, the protagonist will gradually uncover her mysterious...
See, the fact that it's saying that will gradually uncover her mysterious past, this makes sense, okay? So if they do what I just said and say they launch her at the end of season 2, where they hype her up as a Void Hunter, this does make sense, okay? And I said this in the Losing the 50/50 podcast, where like, it doesn't make sense for her to be a Void Hunter if they launch her in 2.0, but if they launch her towards the end of season 2, it does make sense if they hype her up, right?
And become a new disciple.
The fact that we're becoming disciples of Yunkui Summit is very interesting, because the fact that we're already going into Hollows, it's kind of building up to the fact that the MCs could be actually playable. And again, I talked about this topic in the Losing the 50/50 podcast, which I'll link in the description, but I don't really want the MCs to be playable specifically like as agents. I think it would be cool if they were like passive buffs, right? Like we could choose different buffs on the MCs, and maybe they replace the Bang Boo, or we could choose the MCs as a Bang Boo replacement or whatever. I don't really know how I feel about them being agents. If they do it super well, then obviously I'm not gonna have an argument against it. But I kind of like the idea of them being a little bit weaker and having to use the agents as the middle ground. So we'll see, like, when they actually start introducing, if they go down that route, how I actually feel about it. I'm not completely opposed to the idea, though. I do like the fact that we're going through a training arc, and it's not just, okay, the mayor gave us an upgrade, now we can go to Hollows, now we can just kick ass. Like, no. It seems like if we do end up becoming playable, we will have to actually train. We're going through a training arc with Yixuan as our support.
Fast support and guide us in her craft as our mentor, helping us explore the Hollows directly.
Right, okay, they literally specifically said it. Exploring the Hollows directly. Okay, so it does seem like they are going down that route. Again, I'm not opposed to the idea as long as we actually have a decent training arc. I don't want it to be fast. I don't want it to be literally in 2 updates we're like starting to kick ass. I need us to start training. I need us to have some setbacks. We get a little too confident, maybe. I'd love to see that sort of situation happen, but...
Besides Yixuan, who oversees Yunhui Summit.
Okay, so Yixuan oversees Yunhui Summit. Okay, makes sense.
Defense forces,
and we're going to see the rest of
that we all familiar
force.
With. As well as the previously revealed idol faction, Angels of Delusion.
Okay, so I do wonder, are they going to be towards the end of 2.0 then? Because in the order that they do it, they say we're going to do Yunhui Summit, then Obel Squad, and then they mention the idol. So they might, idol lovers, they might be towards the end of season 2. Let them cook. Okay, let them cook.
To be released on April 3rd.
This I'm super excited about. Season 2 trailer to be released on April 13th. Now, let me double check. Let me see their Twitter, okay? Did they release a did they show when they're doing the 1.7 update? Are they going to show that at the Xbox thing? Are they going to show that at the 1.7 update maybe? They have not said it. Okay, so April 13th, I think their time, Chinese time, is the Xbox update. So we'll see. Unfortunately, I cannot live stream the Xbox update because I will be at work. But I will, you let me know in the comments, okay? Because this is Monday. Do you want me to wait until I get off work and either live stream or record a reaction to the Xbox showcase? Or do you want me to watch it while I'm at work and then, like, tweet and talk in my Discord about like what is being shown? You let me know. I will decide how I approach that situation with what you guys say.
More information about the various factions will...
And to be fair, if it's not the Xbox showcase that they show this, and it is, I'm assuming the 1.7 update is on Friday. I know they didn't tweet out a thing, but if it is on Friday, then obviously we don't even need to worry about it. I will be streaming that morning before work.
Also be revealed then. Please. Phalium Heights.
Phalium Heights. Okay, this is super interesting. So we have a whole new area, Phalium Heights.
Phalium Heights.
This was not the one that was inside the hollow, correct? It was a little bit outside. Is this a Yumchasin? I don't know what that is. You let me know what the translation of that is. This, in my mind, this is either a new noodle shop or this is a new like cafe type of situation. You let me know what the translation is.
It would build at the top of a cliff, overlooking the bay with its beautiful scenery.
Dude, I know there's gonna be a hollow in the bay, surely.
This is also an area rich in porcelain.
Porcelain. Okay. So this is super interesting because I'm curious if they're gonna rewrite and say that Qingyi is made of porcelain, because they said that she's made of porcelain, like like porcelain, where you know what porcelain is. But if they say that she's made of porcelain, that's different. A precious material that's highly resistant to ether corruption. That's gonna be super interesting. Did they mean that in the first place and it was just mistranslated on the EN side? I have no idea. Unless porcelain and porcelain is different.
A precious material that's highly resistant to ether corruption. Mining and processing porcelain has thus become the core industry
of the Wi-Fi Peninsula. Interesting. Wi-Fi Peninsula. Okay.
Behind
the Yunquay Summit is within the Wi-Fi Peninsula.
Has thus become the core industry of Wi-Fi Peninsula. Behind this massive industry and its profits, however, lies a tangled mess of factions. Here, we'll gradually unravel the clues we planted throughout the story this fall.
Okay.
For example, Sarah's.
It's really interesting that here we're going to unravel Sarah's true plans behind Sacrifice and Bringer incidents. So we're going to learn a little bit more about the Exaltists, obviously, a little bit more direct storytelling of the Exaltists, which is needed since they're kind of building up to it. This does make sense that we're kind of going into that. But I am interested in how that interacts with being here specifically. And it being a tangled mess of factions. I wonder if this is where we're going to start seeing, maybe there'll be a playable Exaltist faction. I don't think so, but that would be really cool. I do like the idea that we're now going into Sarah. I actually didn't think we'd be, this is one thing that I love. I'm going super yap mode because I'm drunk, but this is what I love about Zenless, is that they do not wait 14 years to give us answers for story threads that they've been planting since season 1 or since like launch, right? Like obviously Sarah's been there. We've already been seeing the fact that Sarah's like has a bigger thread, and now we're like truly going into Sarah's true plan, which Sarah's not the big bad, right? So maybe we'll be learning more. Like maybe we'll get into the Tops person from Miyabi's CG, right, that we saw, where she was like, don't go into the hollow, like don't do that. It'll be super interesting. This is super sick. I love this.
True plans, mysterious, exhausted, and the truth behind.
And we're already getting into the truth behind the fall of the old capital. Part of me wants to say I'm surprised that we're going into this so fast, but the other part of me wants to say that I'm not really surprised, because if they're going to start linking the Lost Void into the main story, the Lost Void has already been talking about like files being locked of the original Void Hunters and the Dark Wall, which clearly has a direct connection with the fall of the old capital. So it's going to be super interesting to see if this is going to be in the main story, or if this is going to be an events and or Lost Void type of situation. But either way, this is very sick, seeing that we're already going to be getting answers to shit that they've been planting since launch in 2.0, like in season 2. Now I'm not saying all in 2.0, I'm just saying in season 2.
The fall of the old capital, as well as the secrets of the Faithum siblings. Meanwhile,
Secrets of the Faith and Siblings, I'm assuming, is going to be like a little bit more into what their true power is with the eye implants.
Protagonists will encounter agents from various factions and embark on brand new adventures. For example, that way Seeker with yellow cape.
Here she is. Okay, here's Yishuan. So is she? This is my initial question. Is she a bird Thyran, like the bird that we saw Zhufufu like kind of have within the hollow? Or is this some sort of other power that she's manifesting? Because this looks more than just being a bird Thyran. I cannot imagine that this is just being a bird Thyran. This definitely seems, the fact that they say Wayseeker is super interesting. The Wayseeker, does that kind of line up with any of the previous Void Hunters? Besides, like, I don't know. I think I'm too drunk. I think I'm too drunk to understand. The Wayseeker with the yellow cape. It's funny that they say saw earlier. We'll probably see her in 1.7. The fact that they say Saw makes me think that that was kind of like a slip up. We'll probably see Yixuan in 1.7. Whether that be through Lost Void or not, since we initially heard her through Lost Void in this update, or if it's through main story, I have no idea. But for all those that I said it doesn't make sense that she'd probably be a Void Hunter, I'm starting to think that she probably is a Void Hunter. She just will not be released until the end of Season 2.
We saw earlier is now.
She looks gorgeous, by the way. I love the yellow. It's very Dream Seeker yellow from HI3.
Other than.
But she looks great. Like, I love her eyes. The golden eyes.
Yixuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit. She will make her debut as a key character in Season 2. As the story unfolds, the protagonists will gradually uncover her mysterious past and become a new disciple of Yunhui Summit.
Okay. We'll see. The way that they say it, it seems like when they say key player, it could just be story. I don't know if she'll be playable or not. Though, again, the way that the wings look, it makes me think that she is a Void Hunter.
Yellow Cape, we saw.
Because I can't imagine this is just a bird Thyron, right? Like, I can't imagine that. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see in the 1.7 update, like what if that's where they show the 2.0 like teasers, what that really means. But I do kind of like her design. It's kind of like a Star Rail-ish design in terms of, or actually no, HI3 design in terms of the asymmetry in like the leg area. But I don't.
We saw earlier. It's not.
I don't completely dislike it. I like the way that her attitude seems to be. Her attitude.
Other than.
She seems to be very serious, which I kind of like. Especially if she's like gonna discipline us in terms of like being our teacher.
And Yixuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit. She will make her debut as a key character in Season 2. As the story unfolds, the protagonists will gradually uncover her mysterious past. Will also be revealed.
Yeah, Season 2 teaser preview. Through the miasma of memories and evil. That's super interesting. More information and various factions will be revealed in, and that's on the 13th, right? So I'm going to assume that that's going to play at the end of the 1.7 update, which is going to happen on April 13th, which is that this Friday? Oh, wait, no, that's Sunday. Or I guess that would be Saturday for the 12th. But like for me, I'm assuming that's April 13th, like CN time. So that would be 12th for me, like the night of the 12th. Dude, that's going to be interesting. Okay, well, I'll look forward to future announcements for when that actually comes out. But yeah, I mean, for the mind state that I'm in, being drunk right now, I think I did a decent job covering this, and I'm so sorry that I did this while drunk. Hopefully this is still satisfying for the kind of analysis that I gave it. I tried to do my best. I will rewatch this. I won't re-upload a reaction while I'm like sober, but if there's anything new that I like realize while I'm sober in the morning, I'll post a pinned comment in the description. But if there is anything that I missed that you want to like let me know, just literally comment it, and I will definitely read the comments when I wake up in the morning. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely love these dev talks. I love the fact that they are super open and actually telling us what they have planned, the fact that they are listening to our feedback, and that they want us to give more feedback. I'm sure there's kind of hints with like a little bit of the teasers that they have in the background in terms of like stuff coming up, but yeah, I'm really loving the fact that the devs are just so open. I hope they're not overworking themselves. I know they joked about losing hair. I hope they don't lose hair. I hope they're getting enough sleep. And yeah, I like the fact that they showed more merch. They're actually showing the merch from the dude, the music dude in Lumina Square. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting before this becomes like an hour-long video. I don't know how much I'm going to cut this down, but anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if I missed anything. And dude, the future of Zenless is unbelievably bright. Thank you guys for joining me on the journey of Zenless since launch. We're actually nearing my 3-year anniversary of covering Zenless content in like, I think it's 2 months, because I've been covering the teasers of Zenless since before there was even an announcement trailer. So we'll be doing a special like Kahoot and community celebration for when we reach that date. So look forward to that. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I absolutely love this game. I love the devs. I love the community. You guys are so sick, and we'll see how the game continues. Clearly, it has a good future ahead of it. Thank you guys. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you in the next one.